Autumn time is a good time to do a pumpkin activity, and this one involves painting. It's called pumpkin sack. For this you will need to have a brown paper sack that is a sandwich size, scissors, some raffia. It doesn't have to be green, it can be the natural whitish raffia. I like green for the contrast. A brush, some orange paint, a pencil, a ruler, and lots of popcorn. You can get the written directions for this at PamelaSpreschool.com. First thing you need to do is measure 8 inches and mark it on each side, draw a line across. You'll need to do this on both sides of the sack. We also want to have the sides of the sack have a line that goes across, because this is the painting line, and let me show you how to make that line very easily. You just fold back your sack and mark where the line is on the front, and then on this side do the same thing. Make sure that the edges match and mark it right there, and then you can just lay that out flat, put the ruler down and bridge across. Here's where the fun begins. We get to do the painting. So the children will paint this part orange from the line down. Sometimes they go a little higher, but this is where the pumpkin is. And they can do this one of two ways. They can just lay it down flat and paint like this and this, if they'd like, or stick their hand inside of the pumpkin sack and do all edges with their arm and hand in there. It takes a little bit longer. They don't need to do the bottom. It can stay this color. When the pumpkin is all orange, it will look like this. And we can fill it with popcorn. You want to fill it enough with popcorn that it looks plump and inviting, and they will have enough for a treat when they get home and some to share with their family. But not so full that we can't make the top stem, so we have to massage that a little bit. I made popcorn that's not buttered because I don't like grease showing through the sack. It kind of changes the way the pumpkin looks. But most children don't want to use this as a decoration. They just want to eat it. I'm about halfway done. It takes a lot of popcorn to fill these sacks. If you're doing this for a whole class, you're going to need to buy a really large sack of popcorn and have that ready beforehand. Okay, it's about this full. Let's see if that will work. Oh, that's perfect. I filled it on the outside to that far from the top. And my pumpkin looks nice and semi-plump. So now I want to crimp the edges together. I'll squash them all to the center and then just twist them a little bit like that. Now I will have raffia. Raffia usually comes in long strands like this. I use the whole strand. I've got here, about 8 strands. And so I want to make sure that it stays put. I wrap the raffia around it twice and then decide where I want to put my bow. I think I will do it on this side. If you don't like where you put your bow, you can always scoot it around to a different position. The edges are too long. We want to cut those pretty much even with the bottom, maybe a little bit longer, because they bounce up and give it a little bit of character. Let's see if that looks good. That's very nice.